Hey guys, today we are diving into the quietest yet most constant conversation of your life, the one you have with yourself. Picture it. You're standing in the fluorescent hum of a grocery aisle. Your eyes scan the shelves, a kaleidoscope of colorful boxes and plastic packaging. Okay, a voice murmurs, not from the person next to you, but from inside your own head. Milk, eggs, what was the third thing? Right, bread. And not that weird grainy stuff, the good sourdough. This internal monologue directs your every move, a private GPS navigating the labyrinth of your daily tasks. It's so constant, so automatic, you barely even notice it's happening. So before we go deeper into today's topic, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. That voice in your head, your private narrator, isn't just a quirky habit. It's a core feature of your mind's operating system. Psychologists trace this back to childhood. You've seen a young child playing with blocks, muttering to themselves, "The red one goes here. No, the blue one on top." They aren't just talking to hear their own voice. They are using external speech to guide their actions. As we grow up, this habit doesn't disappear. It simply goes undercover, transforming from audible muttering into silent internal speech. It becomes the bedrock of a powerful psychological process, cognitive self-regulation. This is just a formal way of saying you use your inner voice to manage your thoughts, focus your attention, and guide your behavior from one moment to the next. Think of it as your brain's project manager. When you're faced with a task, anything from assembling a flat-pack bookcase to mapping out a new route on your commute, that inner voice pipes up. It breaks the overwhelming whole into manageable chunks. Okay, first, lay out all the pieces. Find all the A screws. Now attach panel 1 to panel 2. Without this internal guidance, you'd be staring at a confusing mess of particle board and hardware, unsure where to even begin. Your self-talk imposes order on chaos. It helps you inhibit distractions, like the urge to check your phone, and keeps you aimed at the goal. Here's a classic example you've lived through 100 times. Losing your keys. You're ready to walk out the door. You pat your pockets, and nothing. A jolt of adrenaline hits. Your first instinct is frantic, disorganized searching, flipping cushions, checking the same empty pocket 3 times. But then, your inner narrator steps in to take control. Okay, hold on, you tell yourself, forcing a breath. Just think, where did I last have them? You begin to verbally retrace your steps in your mind. I unlocked the door, walked in, dropped the mail on the hall table, then I went to the kitchen to get a drink. As you narrate this sequence, your mind's eye follows along. The word table triggers a faint memory. You walk back to the hallway, and there they are, right next to the stack of letters. You didn't just randomly remember, you talked yourself to the solution. That was cognitive self-regulation in its purest form, using language to calm an emotional spike and direct your mental spotlight to solve a problem. This internal conversation is the invisible scaffolding that supports your focus and helps you navigate the complexities of everyday life. This internal conversation is so fundamental that for most of your life, you've probably let it run on autopilot. Just like breathing, it happens without your conscious input. But what if you could do more than just listen? What if you could take that inner narrator, the one who finds your lost keys and builds your grocery lists, and turn it into a world-class coach? The truth is, you can. The quality and structure of your self-talk have a profound impact on how you feel and perform, especially under pressure. It's not about suppressing the voice, but about intentionally shaping what it says. This is where you move from being a passive listener to an active director of your own mind. One of the most powerful techniques for this is creating what psychologists call psychological distance. It sounds complex, but it's remarkably simple. It involves changing the pronouns you use in your self-talk. When you're stressed or anxious, your thoughts are typically immersive and in the first person. I can't handle this. I'm going to fail. Why is this happening to me? This I perspective puts you right in the center of an emotional storm, making it almost impossible to think clearly. By simply shifting your self-talk to the second person, you, or third person using your own name, you create a small but crucial gap between yourself and the overwhelming emotion. It's like stepping back from a painting to see the whole picture instead of just a frantic brushstroke. Let's apply this to a nerve-wracking, all too common scenario, a big job interview. The night before, your mind is a whirlpool of worst-case scenarios. The first-person voice is running wild. I haven't prepared enough. I'm going to blank on the easiest questions. They'll see right through me. You can feel your pulse quicken and your palms get clammy. You are trapped inside the feeling because the I makes the anxiety your entire identity in that moment. Now let's actively engage your inner coach using psychological distance. You take a slow, deliberate breath. You stop the I spiral and switch the language. You say to yourself silently or in a whisper, "Okay, Sarah, you've got this. You know this industry. You've reviewed your resume and you have great examples ready. Just listen to the questions carefully and answer honestly. You are capable and prepared." Can you feel the shift? The panic recedes. By addressing yourself by name, you've subtly changed your role from the person panicking to the person offering calm, wise advice. You're talking to yourself the way a supportive mentor would. This simple linguistic trick helps quiet the brain's emotional alarm system and gives your rational, planning mind the space it needs to take charge. You've gone from being the overwhelmed actor in the drama to being the calm director. This is how you harness your inner voice, transforming it from a source of anxiety into your greatest ally for building resilience. Your internal dialogue is the single most powerful tool you possess for shaping your reality. It's the narrator of your past, the guide for your present, and the architect of your future. That voice is always there, so you might as well teach it to be kind, strategic, and encouraging. As the ancient wisdom of the Tao Te Ching advises, watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. It all begins with that quiet conversation inside your own head. By nurturing that inner world, you are not just talking to yourself, you are building the very foundation of the life you want to live.